Greetings in Jesus' wonderful name and welcome to Riverside Chats. I began a series on women who met the Master. We are looking at Mary of Bethany. Today we'll focus on this truth that Mary understood how powerful surrender is. All to Jesus I surrender, all to him I freely give. I will ever love and trust him, in his presence daily live. I surrender all. All to thee, my blessed Saviour, I surrender all. We are looking at the text, John chapter 11. The context is the death of Lazarus. Lazarus had died. Again, Mary falls at the feet of Jesus. He first meets Martha. Martha declares, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. The same words come out of Mary. Martha meets him first. Martha goes up to him, and then later he meets Mary. The words of Mary were honest. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. It was 4 days. Lazarus was very sick. Word had reached Lazarus, or word had reached Jesus, that Lazarus was sick. I don't know whether Jesus intentionally delayed his coming. Delay does not mean denial. When God seems to delay something you desperately need, he's not oblivious to your need. He knows what you need. But sometimes when God seems to delay, it's because he has something bigger and better in mind. Unlike Martha, Mary spoke fewer words. Martha is full of words. It might be helpful for us to read the text. Let's look at John chapter 11. John chapter 11. John's gospel, as I said, is a whole lot different to the other gospels. John 11:1 declares, Now a certain man was sick, Lazarus of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary who anointed the Lord with fragrant oil and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. Therefore the sisters sent to him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom you love is sick. So there was a close bond between Jesus and Lazarus, Mary and Martha. I don't know whether they were relatives. They could have been in the flesh. When Jesus heard that, he said, The sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God may be glorified through it. You remember the man born blind? The disciples asked, Did this man sin or his parents that he was born blind? Jesus said, Neither did this man nor his parents. Oh, they were sinners, okay. But it's not for that reason he was born blind, but that the works of God may be made manifest in him. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. Verse 6 of chapter 11 declares, So when he heard that he was sick, he stayed 2 more days in that place where he was. So Jesus conveniently delays wanting Lazarus to die. because a bigger and a better miracle was almost imminent. Verse 7 declares that after this, he said to his disciples, "Let's go to Judea again." The disciples said to him, "Rabbi, lately the Jews sought to stone you, and you are going there again?" Jesus answered, "Are there not 12 hours in a day? If anyone walks in the day, he does not stumble, because he sees the light of this world. But if one walks in the night, he stumbles because the light is not in him." These things he said, and after that he said to them, "Our friend Lazarus sleeps, but I go that I may awake him." This is one of the most beautiful metaphors for death. Sleep to the believer. When Jesus replies and declares that Lazarus sleeps, he's saying Lazarus is dead. Sometimes we want healing, but God has a resurrection in mind. Verse 12 declares, "Then his disciples said, 'Lord, if he sleeps, he will get well.' However, Jesus spoke of his death, but they thought he was speaking about taking rest and sleep. Then Jesus said to them plainly, 'Lazarus is dead. And I am glad for your sakes that I was not there, that you may believe. Nevertheless, let's go to him.' Then Thomas, who is called the twin, that's Didymus, said to his fellow disciples, 'Let us go also, that we may die with him.' So when Jesus came, he found that he had already been in the tomb 4 days. God knows all things, and this was known to Jesus. Now Bethany was near Jerusalem, about 2 miles away, and many of the Jews had joined the women around Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother. Now Martha, as soon as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him, so much like Martha. But Mary was sitting in the house. Now Martha said to him, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give to you." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise again." Martha said to him, "I know, Lord, that he will rise in the resurrection at the last day." You see, she was believing in the resurrection of the last day like the Pharisees, not the Sadducees. Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live. And whoever believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who is to come into the world." Martha makes a great confession here, similar to Peter's. "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Peter made that confession when he was on the mountaintop. Martha makes it when she's in the throes of despair. Her brother had died. And when she had said these things, she went her way and secretly called Mary, her sister, saying, "The teacher has come and is calling for you." I love that theme. The Master is here and calls for you. As soon as she heard that, she rose quickly and came to him. Now Jesus had not yet come into the town, but was in the place where Martha met him. Then the Jews who were with her in the house and comforting her, when they saw that Mary rose up quickly and went and followed her, saying, "She is going to the tomb to weep there." Then when Mary came where Jesus was and saw him, she fell down at his feet. She loved that posture, saying to him, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Therefore, when Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who came with her, He groaned in the spirit and was troubled, and he said, Where have you laid him? They said to him, Lord, come and see. Jesus wept. Then the Jews said, See how he loved him. And some of them said, Could not this man who opened the eyes of the blind also have kept this man from dying? Then Jesus, again groaning in himself, came to the tomb. It was a cave. A stone lay against it, and Jesus said, Take away the stone. Martha, the sister of him who was dead, said to him, Lord, by this time there is a stench, for he has been dead 4 days. Jesus said to her, Did I not say to you that if you would believe, you will see the glory of God? Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead man was laying. And Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. And I know that you always hear me. But because of the people who are standing by, I said this, that they may believe that you sent me. And now he said these things and cried out with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he who had died came out bound, hand and foot, with grave clothes, and his face was wrapped with a cloth. And Jesus said, Loose him, and let him go. Then many of the Jews who had come to Mary and had seen the things Jesus did believed in him. But some of them went away to the Pharisees and told them the things that Jesus did. Then the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered a council and said, What shall we do? For this man works many signs. If we let him alone like this, everyone will believe in him. And the Romans will come and take away both our place and nation. And one of them, Caiaphas, being the high priest that year, said to them, You know nothing at all, nor do you consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and not the whole nation should perish. Now, this he did, not say on his own authority, but being the high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus would die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but that he would gather together in one the children of God who were scattered abroad. Then from that day they plotted to put him to death. Therefore Jesus no longer walked openly among the Jews, but went from there into the country near the wilderness, to a city called Ephraim, and there remained with his disciples. I thought I'll take time to read that. Mary, she understood the power of surrender. Unlike Martha, Mary spoke few words, but Jesus responded to her grief. Faith is not pretending everything is fine. Faith is falling at the feet of Jesus when it is not. Do you have a life that's in disarray? Do you have a life where you need God's intervention? Be like Mary. Fall at his feet. The Bible declares Jesus wept, showing his intimacy with the family and showing us that intimacy moves his heart. There's great power in surrender when you don't understand it all. You lay it all at the feet of Jesus. Resurrections are imminent for you in your life. They will come suddenly. They will come quickly. God bless you and love ya.